finally, Robert Mueller's work is nearly done. On Friday, a security officer handed over his final report to Attorney General Bill Barr. In a letter, Barr officially notifying Congress the special counsel has concluded his investigation of Russian interference in the 2016 election and related matters. The contents of the report, a tightly guarded secret.
I have no idea about the Mueller report.
And so the final act begins. For nearly 2 years, an epic face-off, a president loudly proclaiming his innocence.
The entire thing has been a witch hunt, and there is no collusion.
And a legendary prosecutor and lawman who has not spoken publicly in 22 months. The president relentlessly attacking the special counsel on Twitter, according to the New York Times, railing against the investigation more than 1,000 times. Robert Mueller doing his talking only through charges filed in court. 37 indictments, among them those Russians suspected of hacking the Clinton campaign and those who secretly waged a social media war aimed at sowing divisions among Americans. And there have been multiple guilty pleas involving some of the most powerful people in President Trump's inner circle. Some of its top political strategists and advisors now convicted, and even longtime friends and family members caught up in the investigation. The special counsel's first major indictments shook Washington. Mueller going after two of the very top people in the campaign not named Trump. Campaign Chairman Paul Manafort.
Paul Manafort has done a fantastic job.
And his former deputy campaign manager, Rick Gates.
Mr. Gates, any response to the charges, sir?
Manafort and Gates charged and convicted of bank and tax fraud, but also lying to investigators. In the process, Manafort revealed to have provided a suspected Russian intelligence officer campaign polling data. The next target, Michael Flynn, the one-time campaign advisor who famously chatted at the Republican convention.
Lock her up. That's right. That's right. Lock her up.
Flynn became Trump's first national security advisor, and he also has the distinction of being the highest-ranking member of the Trump administration charged so far.
Mike Flynn is a fine person.
Flynn pleading guilty to lying to the FBI and administration officials about his contacts with the Russian ambassador. Also a secret early target for Mueller, the president's personal attorney of 10 years, the fixer, who worked just down the hall from Trump, Michael Cohen.
I always liked Michael. And he's a good person.
Cohen pleaded guilty to lying to Congress about Russia, and he admitted to fraud and campaign finance violations, implicating Trump in a separate plot to silence a porn star and former Playboy playmate with hush money to bury alleged affairs.
So I just heard that they broke into the office of one of my personal attorneys, good man, and it's a disgraceful situation.
A relationship completely transformed.
And I will do anything to protect Mr. Trump.
The two men now mortal enemies.
He is a racist, he is a con man, and he is a cheat.
He's a weak person and not a very smart person.
The president's family also caught up in the investigation. Mueller locked in on what critics have called suspicious contacts of Trump associates with the Kremlin, including that infamous meeting at Trump Tower, New York, where a number of Russians showed up promising dirt on Hillary Clinton. In attendance, the president's son, Don Jr., son-in-law Jared Kushner, and Paul Manafort.
It was such a nothing. There was nothing to tell.
And there has been a parade of witnesses to a grand jury here in Washington, many involving Trump associates like friend and longtime political advisor Roger Stone, who are being investigated for their possible ties to WikiLeaks, which published damaging hacked Democratic emails stolen by the Russians. Stone now indicted and awaiting trial, accused of lying to Congress.